Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Sammy here at Sammy G Stitches, and it's time for a new Flosstube. It is extremely late at night. I almost went to bed, and I was like, I forgot to record. So here we are. I have a pile of whips to show you. Not those back there. They're the ones that I need to put up from last week. And then, yeah, what is today? The 16th. Okay. It is technically... I'm going to show you everything through the 15th of October. It's the early morning hours of the 16th. So I am going back to the part of my work that allows me to stitch more. I won't need to use my limited wheel this week. Well, one day this week, but that's it. And I'm super excited about that. So I'm hoping to knock out some more of these whips. In case you haven't seen on my Instagram, I've been using a decision wheel and I'm calling it Whip Attack. I've already hit the goal on all of my whips. I have 42 currently. I hit the yearly goal on all of them. So now I'm just trying to work on each one of them again before the end of the year. Also, I have my 5 categories that I have to focus on outside of that, and my 5 main characters outside of that. And then of course in December we're gonna have finished that stitch December. So hopefully I'll remember to talk about that. I forgot. I'm not sure if I did last week. So here's what my wheel currently looks like. There's a couple that I worked on this week that I actually need to take off, but yeah. So that is how I'm choosing what I'm working on. So here we go. Outside of at work, I had a more limited wheel while I was in the truck this week. All right, my last time we spoke, I showed you through either Monday or Tuesday. So this is from then on. I think. So this is my daily 100 while I'm in the truck. This is Touch of Magic from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. It is on a 32 count Lugana. 32 count Lugana in Witch's Brew from Mystic Fabrics. So each night that I work, I put 100 stitches into this. So you can kind of see we're starting, we got all of pumpkin, carved the pumpkin and the little pumpkin. Now we're starting on this ghost here, and I'm not sure what it says about ghosts over here. And then it says something about broomsticks down here. So, and then I do have to go back up to the top because there was a couple things in black that I didn't get around to. So that is what that is looking like. So I worked on it 4 days this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So really I averaged about a letter per day is how it kind of worked out. So I think, well, and I need to go and fix that stitch. The U, the P, carve the, and then that part of the ghost. So I'm thinking keeping it as my work daily 100 will either finish it up or it'll be ready for Finish That Stitch December. So either way, it should get finished this year. Oh my goodness. I'm not in the truck this week, but it'll still stay my work daily 100. So that's good. All right. The first night I spun the wheel and it landed on, now when I'm in the truck, the limited wheel is just my 5 categories that I need to work on and my 4 main characters. One of my main characters is a full coverage, so I work on it here at the house. So this was one of my categories, and I do believe I hit my goal on it. So I will not need, it's still on my Whip Attack wheel, so it can come out again for one day at some point, but it won't be on the limited wheel anymore because it hit its 500 stitch goal. So, because my categories all of them have a 500 stitch, and I think I actually put 600 into this one, so I got even a little extra. I was kind of doing some bouncing back and forth, working on this white pumpkin with the spots, and a little bit on this witch's shoe that's right here. Because especially on blacks and whites, I get bored. I can't stick with one of them for very long, especially on this. You can kind of see the black doesn't have the best coverage because it's a 1 strand on 40 count, but everything else is such good coverage. I didn't really want to adjust, and you know, from back here you can't tell. It's only because you're right here that you can tell. So it's looking good. This is Celebrate Halloween from Madame Chantilly. It is on a 40 count Verdal and pumpkin pie from Bestitch Me. I love Verdal. It is like stitching through butter. It's just absolutely wonderful. You don't have the slubs of linen or the coarseness of linen. There's a lot about linen that is just, it's not my thing. If it's yours, that's great. It's not mine. So to have the option to stitch 40 count without having to deal with all those things is really great. So Brandy over at Bestitch Me, she has stuff like this on her website, but I play the Friday night fights. It's once a month, I think. It was just this last Friday, so she won't have another one till November, I don't think. But so on Friday night, she puts up a bunch of fabrics, and I only look for Verdal from her because it's not something you find with a lot of hand-dyed fabric dyers. So I've been snatching hers up as much as I can. I did get one last night, Friday night. Did get one. So, and that pumpkin pie it's this softest orange. It's just absolutely perfect for this project. And part of the reason I did that, when I was at Stitch New Jersey, or I don't know what it's called at this point. I think it was called something else even back then. Anyway, when I was there and I shopped at Silk Weavers, they had a 40 count Verdal. I grabbed it. I started stitching Celebrate Christmas on it. Absolutely fell in love. And since I'm doing the series, I decided they all needed to be on 40 count Verdal. Different colors because each one is uniquely its own. So Celebrate Christmas, Celebrate Christmas is on that blue one. Excuse me. This one's on orange. And I have the others mostly kitted, I think. So see those in time. So this one's finished. It's going to go back out where I have all my whips until it gets called again. The cat did not appreciate that. Okay, so then that would have been Tuesday night. Wednesday night, another Daily 100 on Touch of Magic, and then I spun I feel like I'm missing something. Thursday. I am missing something. Okay. So that was Wednesday. Okay. Wednesday morning, which is Tuesday night. This is Thursday morning, which is Wednesday night. Okay. The one I'm missing. This is actually the one I spun on Tuesday. And here's the cover photo, sort of. So I'm down here, and I just have a little bit of this left, and then I've got to go back and do the back stitch, but we're almost finished. I did get my 500 in on this, so the finish is not going to come this month, but here's where we are. So I finished the word devil. I've got to finish the border and put in that pumpkin. That's it. That's it. We're all done. So, definitely in December if it doesn't somehow come out before then. So, I need to clip that. That's bothering me. So this is Haunting Household by Glendon Place. Why is that doing that? It is on a 32 count linen in Ice Storm from Seraphim Fabrics. I actually really like her linens. I don't have any troubles with her linens. The few that I have were a gift from a friend, and they've all just stitched up so nicely. So I look forward to getting to pull this out and finish that up. It is on the full wheel still, so it could get called for one night of work, and if that's the case, we're just going to finish it. If not, it's definitely slated for Finish That Stitch December. So that's 2 of my categories finished. So this one was my substitute for my oldest whip, and Celebrate Halloween was I don't remember. I'm a mess. What was I looking for? Categories. Holiday. It was for Halloween. That was the category. All right. So that was Haunting Household was Tuesday. Celebrate Halloween was Wednesday. Thursday, I had a super exciting night at work. The beginning of the shift was, there was a theft and there was all this stuff that I had to deal with, the cops and everything. So after that point, they had me sitting still because to make sure that thieves didn't come back. They had already cut the locks. We had to wait for those to get replaced. So they just had me watching it. So what I spun that night was When I Saw from Peppermint Purple. And this is the one that I have divided into 12 sections to complete by the end of the year. It is also my main character, so I complete each of those pieces each month for main characters. So I had quite a bit of time to sit and stitch, and I got to a stopping point on this one because I didn't have this color that continues the banner. So I worked on this for a while and then had to switch whips, even though this is the one I spun because I couldn't finish it. But everything's finished. This is the stopping point right here. I need to make some adjustments. There's something messed up. I'm fudging, not frogging. So that's why it looks a little weird. But I need this in before I can figure all that out. So, okay. So if you see, this is the bottom of the page. This is the bottom of the page. They're not exactly lined up. I can fix that, but it'll kind of wait until this piece next month. So I had to put this up part of the way through the night. So this is Peppermint, When I Saw from Peppermint Purple. It is on a 32 count Lugana without a name from Valkyrie Stitchworks. It might have had a name. I'm not quite sure. Most of the fabrics I got from her didn't. Oh, and since this one isn't done, of course, it can come out again, both for the limited wheel or the actual wheel, or whatever. But, so it's going to come out again at some point. This one, if it comes on the regular wheel, we'll get those stitches to finish that block, and then that's it, because I can't work on next month's block this month. So, hopefully it gets spun so we can just go ahead and knock it out. I'll have my floss box this time. So, because that one, I got to a stopping point on that one. Instead of spinning, I just randomly, well, mostly randomly, picked a whip from my bag. the thing is when I was kind of flipping through them and trying to decide, I didn't have a lot of time. I only had like an hour. But I didn't want to spend that hour not stitching. I went, what's going to make the most sense? Well, I pulled out Mirror Mask because the goal on this one is only 200. And I figure knocking out 100 of that really is helpful, you know? And it's pretty easy stitching. And then, so I worked on it. I got 100 stitches in on it after that one on Wednesday night. And then it came up on the wheel Thursday. And I got another, I want to say 200 stitches in on it for 300 total, which is more than I normally would have put on this in the month, but I figured it could use the extra help. So over here, we're doing, it's symmetrical. Got to do this over here. And this is one that I've slated for a finish in December. So the more work I get on it here in October, November is just going to make it that much easier in December. So, but my goal, my goal on it is 200 a month. And I put in more than that. This is, I don't know the actual name. I call it Mirror Mask because I was at the Mirabilia Minions retreat and it has mask on it. So it was fully kitted, provided. We just had to, I bought the fabric from Leslie while I was there. It's on a 28 count. I think it's 28. Count Ophelia, Opal Ophelia from Under the Sea Fabrics. So that is where it's at. And it's one of my oldest because I just didn't really have the oomph to work on it after I was super excited to get it started because a bunch of us were getting it started at retreat. And then most people finished theirs and I just didn't really feel like it. So that's one of the reasons it's in my main characters to get it finished, get it off my whip list. It is still on my full whip list because it hasn't spun on that one, so it could still get worked on at some point. This one I'm not so worried about limiting myself because, like I said, I'm going to try and finish it. And that was my work days because I did work on that one Friday. Then Saturday at home, we were still in Alice's week. I have 2 full coverage. My cats are shedding. I have 2 full coverages that I alternate each week working on my days off, daily 100. So Saturday was still Alice. So she got another 100 stitches. No, Linda, I did not go and put her eye in. I did not throw off my routine to give her an eye. But you can see that I worked right here. So that we can get ready to put an eye in right there. After we're finished working our way down. So she's looking really good. But she's going to go away for this week. And we will see her the following week. It'll be interesting to see what I've managed to get on her this year doing this. Because in January, it was all her. She was the daily 100 on days that I was off the entire month. And then in February, I started alternating the 2. So it'll be interesting to see where she ends up. I know we finished this page during all this. But it had a good portion in there, I think, before we started. But that page, and then we're working on this. We have the entire top row. And then 1 page over here. Once we finish this page, then we'll go down here and do this page. Which will complete that column. So I think I'm at like 49% on her. Pretty sure. So we're getting there. We are getting there. So next week she'll be back. And then I spun my full wheel because I was off and it landed on America. So it gets 1 night of stitching, Whether that's 100 stitches or 900 stitches, she gets 1/9. Pretty sure, I want to say she either got 4. I think she got 4. Yeah, 400 stitches on her. I'm completely done except for the back stitched whiskers. I'm completely done with the left side of the project. And because page breaks right in the center. So I'm done with the first page, which is the entire left side of the face. And now we're starting to work on the right side. I did do the back stitching around the eye. I didn't do the whisker because I had already moved the Q-snap and I would need to work under it. So I'll just go and pop those in real quick at the end on both sides. So she's absolutely gorgeous. This is America from Kitty and Me Designs. I love all her cats. I've done Rainbow. I have her going. I have a few more in my stash, so I'll probably always have one of them on the go. I got one for my birthday, I think. I gotta make sure I got it. Pretty sure. Anyway, so she does have a Facebook page that you can go to, and she has like a checklist of every single one that she's put out, which is really neat. I wish some other people would do that, particularly Darling and Whimsy, the Quirky Quakers, because I would love to have a checklist to make sure I have them all. The Plum Street stacks would be nice too. I know I have all those though. Anyway, this is on a fabric flare fabric. It's called Stars and something, but it has stars and stripes on it, and it's a printed fabric, so there's nothing on the back, but you can see the in the front. Sarah at Our Stitching Kingdom, she and I started it together. We split the piece of fabric, so we're both doing it exactly the same, and she knows what it's called. So that has been worked on, so it will go away until everything on the else on the wheel has had a chance. So you probably won't see her till next year. Unless Finish That Stitch December just goes extremely well, because I do feel like she could go on that list, but kind of far down, because I have a bunch of other projects that are much closer to being finished. It would be a stretch to get to that one. Okay, so then tonight, Sunday night, we switch over to the new full coverage project, Daily 100, for this week, which is my mini Alice and a Dolly Dream. This is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and it's charted by Haid. I don't know if they still have it. I don't have anything to do with Haid anymore, but this was already on the go, so I wasn't going to just not stitch it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I actually have a few. I just don't purchase anymore. They don't get my money anymore. So, yeah, that's this one. On this one, I did the entire first column of pages first, and then this is the second column, second page. You can see that's where the first page ended. I think I'm at 53% on this one, maybe 55. So we're doing pretty good. Tonight we worked on the rows here some. It's amazing because when you're working on the block, it just looks like nothing, and then you step back and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Just stunning. So, and it's on a Swigart fabric that I can never remember the name of. It's a 32 count, no, 28 count, 1/1. It's full coverage. All right, so that one will be worked on Friday and Saturday when I am off next. Then I spun for tonight, and this one's actually kind of funny because it will be going and Finish That Stitch December if it makes it there, because this is how close I am to finished. In fact, honestly, if we're being completely real, if I had another day on this one, I would push myself to finish it, except for the fact I ran out of parchment. So, which is this, I'm one of those that I don't typically do variegated black or variegated white, because what's the point? But this is one time when the point worked, because it makes the chicken look dirty. It makes it look feathered, you know. Their feathers are not all the same color. They're not all perfect. And you can really see that in the variegation of the parchment. So it was perfect. And this flower's in parchment, and there's some in here and some of these. So I need another skein. I have it on order. So definitely in the Finish That Stitch December. If Haunted Household makes it, it will go first. This would go second. That's, of my list, I think they're the two closest. Like, this only needs a day, if that. So I still need to do the bee up here. It's got some back stitching that I haven't done, but then it's border, this hill, and we're good to go. So, oh, it is on a 32 count Lugana in Fog from Picture This Plus, and it's where I've done some other stacks too. So the sloths, the raccoons, the chickens. I don't know which one will be next, but of course we will, as soon as we finish the one, we will start another one. Probably before the end of the year. Okay, maybe not. Because if I start one, I have to put at least 500 stitches into it. And we need to focus on finishes. So there's that. But it's going away until December. Yeah. So that's all my whips for this week. All right, this week coming up, we're still going to work on Touch of Magic. It'll be Alice on my, or not Alice, Phantom on the days that I don't work. And then it's just spinning the wheel. So I really can't, I still have 3 of my 5 categories to get knocked out. I still have 3 of my main characters to get knocked out. Let me look at the wheel. Because of course it's going to play an ad. Because I'm trying to do something. All right. 5 categories. Yeah, I need this ad to just get over with. I don't have any haul this week. I think that's it. Okay, come on. All right, so my main characters, I have Garden Prelude to still work on. Fairy Tale Lands 2. So Garden Prelude is 500 stitches. Fairy Tale Lands 2 is 1 motif, which I think is Cinderella this month. So that's kind of a big motif. We'll see how that goes. When I Saw, I just need to finish the light pink. Those are the 3 I have left in the main characters. Because one of them is Alice, and I've already done that. Okay, of my 5 categories, I finished Celebrate Halloween, which was holiday. I finished Haunted Household, which was my oldest. Lilith is the one I haven't worked on in the longest. I started it in February with Vicky from Reading and Stitching and hadn't touched it since. So it needs 500 stitches. Spangled is the whip that I started before 2022. And I have worked on it once, so it has 200 out of the 500 that it needs. So it'll come back up. And then Living with Charm is a whip that has words, and it still needs its full 500. So those still need to be worked on sometime this week or next week. So I don't know. I may still use the limited wheel at work. I'm not sure. Just to make sure I get those. because otherwise they're on this really big wheel with a bunch of other ones, and we gotta hope it comes up. See, there's a lot on that one. So we'll see. We'll see. So those are my plans. Oh, finishes. Finish that stitch December. Currently, I don't know if we talked about this last week. If not, if so, we'll probably go over it a couple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 currently slated for Finish That Stitch December. And spot number 1 is Haunting Household, because it is definitely the closest. Then Henpeck. Well, Touch of Magic will either be finished before then or be super close to being finished. Autumn just needs the A, so it's pretty high up there. When I Saw is split into the 12 parts, so it's just going to have, I think, like 5 hearts across the bottom to finish. So it's going to be super close too. What Lies With Us is going to be a little bit more. It's going to have a little bit of border in all the words. So those others will all come in some order before that one and then that one. But it still feels like it could be like 2 days of stitching. I could probably do it. Harry Potter book collaboration, that one is a little bit more, but stitches up really fast. So I would say maybe 4 days to finish it at most. And Mirror Mask, super close. So there's a chance America could go on that list if those others I just have a good stitching month, which is hard to say in December because I usually have a lot going on. But if I'm positioned in the way that I am now, where I get to stitch at work, then it's highly likely we could really get through these. Then outside of those, that one, those are all real. Oh, no. Those are all really far from getting done. Yuletide Deer is small enough that it might be able to get finished. And if we really got extreme, Love Bugs. But that would be it. And everything else is not near close. Oh, Haunted Mansion. No, it's still got quite a bit. But Haunted Mansion will be on next year's finish list. So will Living with Charm. So maybe Heartful of Gratitude. I would like to focus on that one a little bit. So yeah, making progress. It's super exciting. I would love for you to join me for Finish That Stitch December. I know that's still a ways away, but you can start thinking about it. One year, I put them all in envelopes and I would draw them randomly like a advent calendar. This year, I think I'm just going to go with either what's closest or generally, because like I said, there's like 4 of them that are going to be right there together. And I do have a hashtag, Finish That Stitch December. DEC. It's not all of December. Finish That Stitch, DEC. Yeah. So I think that's it. I'm going to let y'all go and get cleaned up and get some sleep because I can already feel the slow blink happening because it's been a long day. So, and I can hear the cat snoring. Oh my goodness. All right. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you saw something you enjoy and keeps you coming back for more. If you're a returning friend and subscriber, thank you so much for coming back week after week. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the ways that you show you love me, and I will see y'all next week.